Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you can see my screen and hear my voice. Okay, thank you for your feedback. All right. Um, Good afternoon and welcome to Acad Systems free online lesson. Thank you for joining us. For today's topic, I'll be talking about Revit Worksets. First, let's take a look at what is the terminology, what does workset means in Revit. Okay. So worksets in Revit allow multiple people to work together on the same model. They help organize different parts of the building, such as architecture, structure, and system. That's just how they can categorize it. Okay. So in short, you control how you and your team see and interact with things in each view. And it must, to use this workset, it must be a workshared Revit file. Okay. So basically, what does it mean if I can put into a simpler words? Basically, in Revit, if you allow collaboration, okay, obviously you need the Collaborate Pro license to do this together with your Revit. So you make your file hosted on the cloud, and then multiple people basically can open the file at the same time. Okay. So usually, if I'm being honest, usually I would prefer not to work like multiple people work on the same file. So we would usually use links if we were to link with uh, other people's work. Okay, but there might be some cases where you want to work, multiple people wants to work with a single file. So using that, by using that, we could utilize the workset feature in Revit. Okay. So basically, you need the file to be hosted in the cloud first. Okay. So I actually have covered this in previous topics. Okay, let me just close this first. You need to have a project that is hosted on the cloud first. If you're not sure with how to do that, you can check out the previous video or FOL that I have made on Revit collaboration. Okay, so in this scenario, I would actually try to open the same file as a test lah. I actually have another PC open here where I registered using a different username. So I will try to collaborate between these two users, which in this case is both is controlled by me. Okay, I will also show you how it is set in the cloud platform. So the cloud platform, you can access it from your project from your browser. It's acc.autodesk.com. Okay, obviously you have to sign in because I have signed in before. I just straight away go to my project. I also use this Acad Systems FOL for my previous video, and I show you guys how do I upload, what is the difference between manual upload, cloud worksheet, and cloud model. Okay, so to use worksets, we have to use the cloud worksheet type. Okay, so the file must have this icon work, and it says worksheet cloud model. Okay, so I have here another from a different file. Okay, link model 2021 is the name of the file, and it's worksheet cloud model. So first I want to make sure that I have set the permission settings, okay, you can click at the three dots. We have permission settings here. As you can see, only myself that can access to this file. So I need to add and basically invite the other user, which I set his name as Hakim Dua here. Okay, and the permission level, basically I've explained this in the previous video as well, but just for ease, I will just put manage, like full permissions. So basically the other person can also edit, upload, and everything. Okay, so I have added them both. So to open the file, I actually will just go from my Revit application, and then I go to, from the left tab here, I go to Autodesk Docs. Okay, and then make sure you are in the correct account and also project. So if you have other projects that is also using this cloud worksheet, it will appear here. Okay, so I make sure I'm at Acad System FOL. Click at project browser, that was the main file. And then I will use this architect model as our example today. Okay, I can click here and it will open up the model. Okay, so I will explain first how can we go in and about these worksets. So it's at the Collaborate tab, and then we have worksets here. Okay, we click on that workset icon. Okay, so it will bring up this tab, and you will see you have active workset here, workset 1, and then by default it will give you these two worksets. It's got shared view, level and grid, and workset 1. This is by default, and I believe you cannot delete the default worksets, but you can actually rename it to maybe a worksets that you prefer. You probably want to name it like architecture, civil, or interior, or you can also name the worksets to the users probably. Maybe this user belongs to me, so I just put in the workset name as my name. Okay, but before that, you can think of worksets as like layers. Okay, so currently they give us 2 layers, and obviously you can create more layers by clicking new here. Okay, for example, I'll just put in workset 2 here, workset 2, and click OK. All right, so these layers, I will explain all of this later. I want you to understand that every object in your model has a workset layer applied to. For example, I click this wall, then I go to the properties, find workset, and this is at workset 1. Okay, I think most of these objects are set to workset 1. For the shared levels and grid, by default, our grids here, our levels and grids are set to workset, shared views, levels, and grid. Okay. Normally, we will just leave the levels to this workset. Okay. So all of our object here is set to a workset, is workset 1. And if you look down here, it says workset 1, or similar to this on the ribbon here, it says active workset 1. So if you were to model a new thing, for example, I would draw a new wall here, automatically this wall will be under workset 1. So that is what it means by the active workset. Whatever you draw will fall under that workset. If I change it, yeah, better I'll go from here. Okay, sorry, I didn't create it properly, so I just put workset 2. Okay, this one I put it to no first. Okay. Okay, I didn't change it to no. Leave as it is first. Do you want to make the workset 2 workset as the active workset? And click on yes. So now it changed the active workset to workset 2. So if I were to draw a wall, and now it will fall under workset 2. Okay. So actually you can also just select your object. Maybe you have created your model and by default it's set to workset 1, but then you have created multiple worksets, divisions, and you want to change them, you can actually just do it from here. Select it, go to the properties and change it to workset 2, for example. Okay. Then going back to the window, sorry, collaborate, workset. Okay, now you know how to create worksets. And another thing, it's okay. We are currently at user created show. Under here, at show user created. I can say that 99% of the time when we talk about workset, we will normally use user created. I personally never really have to go to families, project standards, or views. Okay, but the same will apply to the others as well. Okay, but like I said, 99% of the time, we will stick to user created. Okay, now we look at the first column. It says here editable. Editable, we have two options, yes and no. So this is a bit confusing. If editable no, basically it means, sorry, when it's editable no, it means no one owns it. Basically, I have added the other member as you see previously. But now this this workset is not owned by any of us. Okay, so basically anyone can edit this whatever you have. Basically, if you have the wall set to this workset, no one owns it. You are technically a borrower if you would like to change or edit that particular model. But if it's set to yes here, you will be the sole owner. So the other user will not be able to edit that whatever it is that's set under workset 2 here. So if it's yes here, it will show me, this is my username as the owner lah. And workset 1 is not owned by anyone. I am technically a borrower. Okay. So I will try to access this this model from a different PC here. And although you can't see it, I want to show you what will pop up on my screen if the other guy is trying to change something. Okay, so give me a moment because I've just added this person, as you can see just now. Okay, give me a moment, it's loading. What happens on the other PC is nothing much. I'm just opening exactly how I open the file from the beginning just now. And now I'm trying to move, show it from the plan. I tried from the other PC, I'm trying to move this wall. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, so when I try to move, it gives an error here. It says that I am currently the borrower and I need the permission from this user lah, Hakim. Okay, and the other user is Jun Hakim. It's Junn. It's a different name lah. Okay. Um, should have also shown this screen. That's okay. I'll try to do it from the beginning. Let's just say I open up a new project. I will use very simple item wall, like walls. This is a new project. I just create a simple wall, like 4 walls here. Okay. And then I initiate the collaboration. So I go to Collaborate tab. I click at Collaborate. If we have to save the model on our PC before we collaborate. So I just save it to my desktop as project tree. Save. Okay, we collaborate on the cloud. Okay. I will save it. I will host it on Acad system FOL project. This is the folder structure. I also save it in this particular file, that file. Okay, click save and it started the work sharing. So this process also takes a little bit of time. That's why I try to keep the model simple. Okay, now it's hosted on the cloud. I'll be able to open it from the other PC. Okay. Okay, if we look at the worksets here, we only have the default worksets, workset 1 and workset 2. Sorry, the chat views and levels and grid. So both are not owned by anyone. Okay. If I click here, it's at workset 1. And now I try to edit the wall, one part of the wall. Maybe I make it shorter here. Okay, I've make it shorter from the other PC. And then from the other PC, I've make it shorter like this actually. Here on the other PC, just make a simple edit. Okay. And then from the other PC, I will click synchronize with central. Okay. Okay, it's saving and it's synchronizing to central. Okay, so now it's the other guy have update, basically have changed something. So I want to see the latest changes. So I will on this PC, I will click reload latest. Okay, so it loads for a while, then I can see what the other guy changed to this wall. So basically, he made it shorter like this. So basically, we are on the same file. We're opening same file, and at the workset here, no one owns it. Both can make edits. So if the other guy make an edit and he click on synchronize to central, on my part, I will click reload latest. Okay. So I'll go to workset, and what if maybe I'll create a new workset, workset 2, click on OK. So now I'm the owner of workset 2. Okay, it says here editable. Like if I don't want to own this, of course I can change it to no. But I just want to show you what's the effect if I'm being the owner. You can change it from here. There are some buttons here. Basically, it's the same. I can make it non-editable. Basically, no, and editable is yes lah. Okay. So all of this actually you can just change from here as well. If you don't click at these buttons. I click on OK, and it will ask me, do you want to make the workset 2 as the active workset? I say yes. And then I add in some walls again here, for example. And then I want these changes to reflect to the other PC. So I go to collaborate, synchronize. Okay, I synchronize. I'll just click OK. So on the other PC, after it loads, on the other PC, I will just click on reload latest here. And I should be able to see the new walls. So obviously, if the bigger the model is, the time for it to load will be longer. Okay, now it appears, it already appears on the second screen. And I will try to make some changes, okay, to this wall. I also would like to try to make this part of the wall shorter on the other PC. So when I do that, I receive an error. It says that can't edit the element until this user, this PC, resave the element to central and relinquish. Okay, basically, it's saying that the other PC can't make the edit unless I synchronize to central and then I click relinquish all mine. So when I click on relinquish on all mine, basically I won't take the ownership of this workset. It's the same effect too if I change this to no. Okay. So there is also a button on the other PC below the error. It says that you can place a request, like this user requesting to make the changes from me as the owner of this workset 2. Okay, so I click on place request. Okay, I click on place request. Okay, the request has been placed. Let's close it. Okay, so from here, if you look at this icon below here, sometimes it gives you a pop-up, but I don't see the pop-up. I can click here. Basically, I can see there is an editing request from the other PC lah. Okay, so I can click on it and I can choose to grant the permission or deny. So let's say I will grant the permission. Okay, I grant it and close. So now the other guy should be able to make that change. Okay, so let's say I make that change. Just to prove it to you from the other PC, I make the change, I synchronize. Okay, it's loading and I'll be able to reload here. Okay, reload. Yeah, see? Now the wall is a little bit shorter on this part, edited by the other user. So you can see those two effects. When editable is no one owns it. And they can both can make changes to the items under workset 1. But under workset 2 here, one user is claiming the ownership, and if the others want to edit, they will place a request and the owner will choose to approve or deny. Okay. And then we also have here we have open and also visible in views. Okay. So open, basically you have two options, yes and no. If all of these are yes now, if I change the workset to no, click on OK, it will just hide that particular workset. Like I said previously, in the beginning, worksets is also like a layer which you can turn on and also turn off. Okay. And we also have another column which says visible in all views. So what does it mean? Basically, I can set the open as yes, but visible in all views, I will turn it off. Okay, click OK. So in this view, it's still not visible, even though I make open as yes, but I turn this off under visible in all views. But as you know, in Revit, we have multiple views and we can control the visibility settings by tapping VG, or you can go to view and visibility graphics. Okay, so here I can further control in different views. I go to the workset. Here it says workset 2 not visible. Okay, but I can change it to show. Show and then click OK. Now it appears. So basically, if I can simplify what does it mean, in this column, this open column, if it's yes, it's visible. Okay, if it's no, it will not be visible. It's a more harder options lah to turn it on or off. But you can also have it turn it on, but have control through visibility graphics if you turn this off. It means that when you have this not checked, you can go to each of the view, go to VG, and then from there choose either if you want it visible or not. Okay, so this is like soft uh, soft control for the visibility, and this column will be a hard control. It's either open, yes, visible, or no, not visible. But if it's yes, and then you check this off, you can still go to each view. Maybe at the 3D view, you want it to appear, but in the plan view, you want to turn it off. So you will check this off. Yeah, I hope you understand. It's a little bit confusing at first, but you should try it. Basically, if you turn this off, I can go to different views like 3D view here, VG, go to workset, workset to, this one should be visible. Okay, it's not visible here as well. Let me check what is the level. Okay, it should appear because it's set visible here. Sorry, of course we're not, we're not seeing it because this is a different file. Sorry, I got confused. So 3D. Okay, this is a 3D view. I go to VG, workset here. Workset here is not visible for workset 2, but I can choose to show it. Apply, okay, and it's here. But if you like set this one to no, then you won't be able to control it using visibility graphic. Okay. So for the others, it's actually the same. This is user created. What I've been showing, we use the workset under user created, but it also can be controlled for families. Okay, if you look at families here, it works the same, but only the layers are set differently lah. It's not by user created layers, but it's by the family categories. Okay, like project standards, they categorize those layers differently lah. Okay, but I would say 99% of the time, from my experience, I've never really seen anyone working on these three, but user created. Okay, so I will just tell you to focus on user created worksets. Okay, so we have a question here. Does this feature works on Revit LT? No, you need to have the full Revit and also BIM Collaborate Pro license. Another question here. Just now you show workset using ACC. How about my office have server? Yes, if you have server, basically you can also use workset. So I told you to use workset, it has to be a workshared file. So when you initiate the work sharing, sorry, I'll just open up a new file. Okay. When I want to initiate the work file, the work sharing, I have two options. It's like create again a wall, collaborate, go to collaborate tab and then click on collaborate. It will ask me to save it first. Save it on my desktop. Here we have two options, in the cloud or within your network. So in your case, if you have the server connection, you will choose this one. In my case, I don't have that server connection. So I think it will not work. But to answer your question, yes, you are able to use workset. Okay. Is there any other question? I think I would like to conclude. In order to use worksets, you need to have the Revit full version and also BIM Collaborate Pro. Okay. And then you will start off your file. You open up a new file like normally how you would do it, or you have been working on that file for a certain time, and you initiate the collaboration. You go to collaborate, there will be a collaborate button here, and then that file will then be hosted on the cloud. Okay. So the other person, but you need to make sure when you initiate the collaboration, the model will appear here lah. Okay, you will specify at which folder or which project and which folder you want it to be hosted. You need to make sure you go to that file or folder, click at the three dots and click permission setting and add the other person, the other user that you would like to collaborate with. Okay, so when the other guy has the permission, he will then open his Revit. He can go to that project and that particular folder and open the file. Okay. So to further control how you categorize the model, you can use workset. Think of workset just like how you work with layers. Okay. So maybe there are some parts of the model that it's important to you. You don't want any other users to change it. You can make that particular workset editable. Yes. Editable, yes, means you are the owner. If the other guy wants to edit it, he will place a request and it will be up to you to grant it or deny. If it's set to no, basically the other user can change. You will then save to central, you can reload, and you will see the change. Okay, we have a question here. Does both user PC require for the same version or license level? Same versioning, yes. Like if the other person, if I'm working with 2024, the other person will also have to work with 2024. License level, I'm not sure what do you mean by license level. If you are referring to Revit and also BIM Collaborate Pro, then yes. Both users need to have Revit license and BIM Collaborate Pro license. I would say worksets, it depends on it. It really depends on your situation. Normally, I will not advise one file, like multiple people to work on one file. Okay, but depends on your case. If that is really needed, then you can use workset to then control it. Okay, but normally we collaborate using links. Okay, for example, like I'm doing the architecture part of the model. I do the walls, doors, and things. Maybe there are nothing like HVAC system that is done by the other user. He will then also host that particular model in the cloud. But instead of having it in this file, it comes in as a link. Which I will do is I go to insert, link Revit, and then like it will appear here. If the default maybe brings you to your document like your local files, you can click here external. You will see Autodesk Docs, and then go to your project. Then you can like browse your files how you make it. I think it's better if I show a real situation. Okay, this is a architect model, and I have another model that is hosted on the cloud. So this is by linking. This is not using workshet. I'll click link Revit. I'll go to the folder. I go to HVAC, select the file, and click open. Okay, and then I have it appear here. But this is basically a link. It's not in my file. This particular way is more common when you have like different disciplines working together. But the work set is like additional. Maybe in your case, there will be two person that works on the wall maybe or the HVAC system. Okay, so you need two person working on the same file. Then you use workset to control and manage it. Okay, I hope it answers your question. Okay, I hope you learned something from the workset topic we have today. Okay, before I end, I would like to bring you guys to our website. It's acadsystems.com. Okay, this is basically our website. You can go through our latest news or promotion, okay, from our homepage here. As you scroll down, you will also see our free online lessons. Okay, if you are interested in a particular topic that we have here, for example, tomorrow is making a roller change using Inventor, and click on it and basically RSVP. Okay, and if you can't make to join the live session, all the videos will be uploaded on our YouTube channel. Okay, we have a YouTube button at the bottom of the page just now. So it will bring you to our YouTube channel. So all of the free online lesson will be uploaded here. So over the time, we have quite an extensive library lah on various topics and various software. You can check it out as well. Okay. So thank you for joining me. I will see you in the next FOL free online lesson. Okay. Thank you very much. Bye bye.